Today, we will be telling you what Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin think of Elon Musk. Elon, who's always been a controversial figure, has recently been known to have a feud with these world-famous personalities as well. So, what was the problem which the world's wealthiest man and possibly the two most powerful men on the planet were disputing over? Stay tuned till the end to find out more. Some of the world's biggest companies, such as Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and The Boring Company, were founded by Elon Musk. As we all know, Elon Musk is clearly leading the industry towards sustainable living, but why is Elon having problems with the current administrations? Well, we can say that the current spat with Joe Biden and later with Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin has gotten a lot of attention, just like his previous ones. President Joe Biden praised General Motors CEO Mary Barra for driving the world in the electric vehicle market, adding that she, not Musk, has changed the world when it comes to EVs. It goes without saying that this must have come as a shock to Musk, whose company has been leading the way on electric vehicles in the United States for the past 20 years. Musk, who in a sense kept his Tesla adventure above water in its early years by exploiting billions in government sponsorship dollars, panned the Build Back Better bill despite the fact that it contains many billions in new extended EV and sustainable power appropriations. Truly, I would simply can this entire bill, Musk remarked. Don't pass it, that is my recommendation. Senators Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema should take Musk's advice to heart and defeat this measure outright, rather than attempting to get it down to a number that will allow them to keep their Senate seats if they run for re-election in the future. It should also be noticed that legislative Democrats have decided to provoke Musk and Tesla, embedding a new $4,500 per EV government endowment into the Build Back Better bill. This charge would apply to automakers who utilize unionized workers, and since Tesla employees are not unionized, the bill will not apply to any Tesla customers. This observation is a straightforward illustration of the Democrats attempting to compensate one of their most steadfast customary electorates by oppressing Tesla for unionized organizations like Ford and GM. According to Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, America is currently experiencing its worst growth problems in 40 years. Powell can no longer be described as fleeting, as he recently admitted. The addition of another $1.9 trillion in federal expenditure by Congress is likely to stoke the fires even further. This bill, which Democrats initially referred to as Spending Plan Compromise Bill, has since evolved into little more than a massive extension of the colonial government's assistance state for persons and lease seekers in the environmentally friendly energy field. Musk addressed this reality, stating that his company has been unable to obtain government-change sponsorships for Tesla vehicle acquisition for the past 2 years. The government charge endowment of $7,500 per car is limited to 200,000 automobiles per automaker in the United States, which Tesla reached in 2018. Musk's company continues to profit from states like California, New York, and Louisiana's permissive EV appropriation programs. If you have reached this far in the video, we would like to thank you. You can extend your support by subscribing and turning on that notification bell. Also, for a chance to win our monthly shoutout giveaway, please comment down below, "I subbed." Now, let's find out what has been going on between Vladimir Putin and Elon Musk. A tribute to Elon Musk for being the Tesla CEO, SpaceX organizer, aspiring Mars colonizer, and evidently Russia's favorite global personality, Musk is one of Russia's most popular memes. Musk, who enjoys memes, responded to one in Russian by saying, "Haha, how cool," as if the Russians needed another reason to worship him. Musk is a unique personality with a vast appeal in a country that isn't often captivated, especially by outsiders. But why? Some believe it's his work in space exploration, a topic loaded with nostalgia for Russians during the Soviet era. Others, however, claim that Musk is a fan of Russian culture, which allows for extraordinary liberties and risk-taking. Or, on the other side, it may be retaliation against affluent and state-protected billionaires who are frequently accused for defilement and coming up short of Musk's unique and diverse internet image. While the super-rich Musk has his critics in the United States and elsewhere, owing in large part to cost concerns and his hard-charging approach, his fan base in Russia goes all the way to the Kremlin. Musk tagged the Kremlin on Twitter in February, requesting a meeting with President Vladimir Putin through the Clubhouse online media app. However, while a face-to-face meeting between Putin and Musk isn't in the works right now, and it certainly wouldn't take place in Clubhouse, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told the Washington Post that Moscow is genuinely interested. Putin has shown a strong interest in the topics of innovation, development, and creative thinking, and we are confident that there are many fascinating topics for him to talk about with Musk here. The possibility to speak with such visionaries appeals to the president in particular. Musk was in Moscow at the time on the hunt for refurbished intercontinental long-range missiles, or ICBMs. He was just getting started with his space missions and needed to get something to Mars. The Russians did not provide Musk with the deal that he would have ideally hoped for. Musk assembled his rockets as a result of that event, which his associates described as irritating. The following year, he founded SpaceX. Musk has been a constant irritant for Russia's space agency, Roscosmos, since that time. Musk and Dmitry Rogozin, the head of Roscosmos, have been involved in a few public spats. Rogozin was later sanctioned by the US in 2014 for his role in the acquisition of Crimea from Ukraine, and he proposed that American space explorers who rely on Russian rockets to reach the International Space Station should arrive on trampolines. Later, SpaceX broke Russia's 9-year imposing business model on shipping groups to the space station in May, sending 2 US space travelers into space. Musk jested, "The trampoline is working." The quarrel just supported Musk's notoriety among Russians. First off, the social scientist said Musk appears differently in relation to the generalizations Russians have in regards to space programs that are for the most part administrative, lacking jumps of creative minds not at all like Musk with his Mars plans. It's genuinely not very difficult to see that Elon Musk is a thistle in the side of Russia. The US recently burned through $3.9 billion shipping space travelers to the ISS since the space shuttle was designed in 2011. Roscosmos was charging $90 million for each seat in their vintage Soyuz vehicle, which SpaceX is currently accomplishing for $55 million in the pristine and significantly more extensive Crew Dragon vehicle. One of Russia's fundamental revenue streams comes from oil and gas trades. Think about what the principal objective of Tesla Incorporated is. Tesla isn't only an EV organization, yet rather an energy organization devoted to the expiry of hydrocarbon fuel utilization that just so happens to fuel most vehicles. It is also an organization that is expanding dramatically, multiplying in size at regular intervals, which is a danger to the oil business. The Russian IT industry has been developing since the 90s and presently adds to more than 1.2% of its GDP. It is ready to secure its homegrown sector, especially from disaster to state-run syndications like Elon Musk's. So, it's no surprise that Musk truly stands as a controversial figure when it comes to mingling with the powerful men of the world. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.